Hello, this is Talamir, and welcome to another repair video. In this video, we're looking at a couple of iPhone XRs that I featured on my channel in the past. These two creatures right here, well, this one at least is partially still apart and is in extremely rough shape. So the plan here is to take this phone right here, I'm going to take the guts out of it, and I'm going to put it into this very pristine looking iPhone XR. This one, if you guys remember the video for that one, has a problem with the motherboard itself, where it'll only turn on if the motherboard is extremely hot. I'm talking like maybe around 90 degrees Celsius. What is that in Fahrenheit? I always try to remember. It's something between 170 and 190 degrees Fahrenheit. So let's get right into it. We are going to start working on these, and let's get cracking. I'm going to start off by removing this. Oh, I guess it's completely removed. I thought I at least had attached the ribbon cables. I'm going to put that to the side. Now, usually I'd be intent to save the frame, but you can see right here the camera is not in a happy situation. The welds have been busted on this one, so usually I would save it. I might save the frame still just for the other giblets that are still in it. Even the camera for this doesn't need to be transferred over. It's just this right here that needs to be transferred over, this, and the motherboard. And that's pretty much all, to my knowledge, that actually needs to be moved. Let's get this phone heated up, and then we're going to get that screen off, and we're going to begin transferring the guts out of this phone while this phone is heating up. May as well begin with removing this camera. Pretty sure the whole thing's just going to come right out. Did exactly that. And just remove all these ribbon cables. Removing the motherboard seems like a daunting process, but in the end there is only a few screws that are holding it in place. The really frustrating thing is mostly trying to get out things like the face cam, which can be at times very annoying to deal with. You got so many cables connecting up to it. You gotta not forget that one underneath. If you do not transfer the face cam, you will lose Face ID, so you gotta make sure that's coming along the way with you. You gotta pull it out from the one side there, and it's being held up by the battery, and it's not gonna come out till you get the battery out, which reminds me that I probably should remove the battery first. All right, let's do that. I just remembered that when I put this foam back together, I glued it back together. It was just rubberized glue, but still, that was really hard to take apart. Unexpectedly hard, in fact. Which is, in a way, reassuring. Because, I mean, if I come into a situation where I don't have a seal, it's reassuring to know that this glue, this rubberized glue that I use, I think it's E8000, is actually pretty good. I'd use glue just because I really shouldn't have. Because it didn't work. And it just wasn't worth the time to go and even just the money to go and put in an actual proper seal. Okay, now we can get this out. Just push it down, and it is stuck down with a small amount of adhesive. Now we just have a few screws to get out, and they're the ones that are a screw within a screw. For you guys' benefit, I'll mark down where they all are with a little red circle. At this point, it should come out. There's nothing holding it down. The SIM tray, that's down there, and it's not connected to the motherboard in this situation, so you don't need to remove the SIM tray. There we have it. Motherboard is out. I don't know about you guys, but whenever I'm working on an iPhone XR, I like to start off with the shield for the ribbon cables for the screen itself, just so it gives me a little bit more leverage when I get over to getting the shield off, the screws out of the shield for the battery. So now that I've got that up, it's easier to pull this away. You can even move this like this to make it a little easier to get to it. All right, we've got everything prepped. Oh, I gotta put some screws back in for this still. One sec. There we are. All right, it's pretty straightforward. We do have this, which isn't on the other one. You just slip it on in, Make sure it goes underneath that. You're going to have to get the cables out of the way. Can be a little fiddly. There we are. And that's all in place. I'm just going to push this back, also back into place. Just like that. And I may as well at this point start putting the cables that are here back into place as well. It just will hold the board in a little bit easier while I put all the screws back in. Okay, all those are in place. Let's put those screws back in now. There we are. Let's put the face cam back in. That's the wrong one, I think. I should have marked that. This one looks like it's got a little bit more alcohol on it. Oh, I can't tell. We'll know at the moment that I turn the phone on if it's the correct one, because the Face ID will throw up an error if it's the wrong one. So we got that going for it. At least it's easy enough to put in. I won't put the adhesive in for the battery until I'm 100% sure that everything is doing exactly what it's supposed to be. So shouldn't be a problem. I see that there's a little bit of alcohol residue right there anyways, so I'm pretty sure this is the correct face cam. That came out surprisingly easy. How about that? Okay, here we go. That's all in place. It really helps if you use tweezers that are, I don't know why, but these ones are not particularly magnetic. They don't hold a charge very long. If you get them in contact with like your screwdriver or something like that, I find it very helpful when I'm working with screws. And this right here, if this, because this is metallic, if you use these tweezers, these are stainless steel, they're beautiful tweezers, but they want to stick to that. It makes it really hard to work with. That's in place now, though. So let's get this all screwed down. The positioning for those screws, by the way, is very important. If you put this screw in the wrong spot, you might cause, maybe not damage, but pressure on the back of the screen, and you'll have a little light spot. So just keep that in mind. Okay, that's done. You can put this to the side. Now, before I do that, I would like to transfer the Face ID info from the old screen over to the new one. You can do it with this little guy right here, my Keon Lee iCopy Plus 2.0, I think it is. Here we go. There's a few other versions out there that I have as well, but this one's just easy to work with, so this is my preference. Here we go. I'm going to read that now. No, I'm using the wrong screen. Let's disconnect that. Read. Read complete. Disconnect. Nice new clean one. Well, not new, but good condition. I theoretically should be able to write the data to this screen. There we have it. Now I'm just taking a look at this. I'm going to double check. 5XX is what it ends in. C4 is what it starts. P3439, 5XX. Back to the old one. I'm just double checking here. I have seen errors pop up occasionally when there wasn't a proper connection. C439, 5XX. Very good. Okay, that's done. All the screws are in place. Do a test now. There we go. Touch ID isn't working. Why is Touch ID not working? Oh, ooh, did you guys hear that? Ooh. Oh, I gotta restart that phone. It's not gonna recognize it until I restart. Everything else is good. Let's try that again. There we go, it's working now. Excellent. Let's go into here and just check out. First, I'm curious about the battery. I can't remember what the battery health is. Hasn't identified it yet. Let's take a look at around at the phone. 7.5. So I mean, if the battery is shot, I can't put it in a new battery and guarantee it's going to get the 100%. It will not. But that's not bad there. Everything else is good. Let's check out the battery again. 84%. Ugh. I'm putting no battery in. That's not good enough for me. I mean, it's borderline, but 84% is just not doable. Not for me. I will not sell a phone that has only 84%. It's getting a new battery. Let's toss in that new battery. I'm not taking the back off yet. You want to make sure that the battery is working properly. Also, I always find with these, for some reason, that the ribbon cable, the connector, is never how I want it to be initially. I end up having to squish it into position. You can see the battery is at 76%, which is good. Okay, we're at 82%. I'm going to disconnect this. Clearly the battery is doing exactly what it is supposed to be doing. Battery disconnected. I also got to put in a new seal, so let's disconnect this as well and grab a new seal. These can be bought in bulk if you guys are curious. You can just put down iPhone XR adhesive seals bulk. You can get them for bulk of 20, 50, 100, 2,000. I bought last time, I think 50 is what I got last time. Here we go. Peel the first layer off. Give it one more good rub down. That should be it. Let's see if there's any spots that are lifting. That one's lifting a little. There we go. Nice new seal. Battery's doing what it's supposed to be. So we can finally put this in. Let's connect it first, just so that it's going in properly. Nope, it is not. Oh, and it went in. Oh, darned it. That's not happened in quite a while. Let's see if I can get this to line up. Okay, that's flat. That's flat. That's flat. That's as good as I can do. Okay. Try turning the phone on just to make sure everything's good. Good. Let's put those plates on. There we are. Our shields are in place. Put our tools away so they're not cluttered. Battery should be saying unknown part. And there is one last thing I want to do before I go any further here. I want to make sure that the Face ID is working. Yes, it is working. Good. I can finally put it all back together. There we have it. Pentalobe screws in. And it's got lots of fingerprints all over it, but that's it. That's done. So that's all there is for this video. We've gone from this to this. Beautiful. We're good to go. If you guys like the video, please do leave a like, and if you want to see more of my stuff, subscribe. We'll see you guys all in another video. Bye.